You know, everyone was known for the puhi, yeah? You know, we had all this little reefs. But no more nothing, no. You know, the food chain is gone. I got a beautiful beach, all white sand. But something's wrong. I don't know anymore. You know, for the ocean, the ecosystem is so fragile there. The thing is water quality. Upset the water quality, upset the ocean. You couldn't believe how much limu they had at one time in that one area. And limu is like another vegetable. It needs the sunlight, it needs the water quality. We watch that first raindrop that hits the island, we follow that raindrop all the way to our ocean. We don't let that water get dirty. Because when that mountain water and that ocean water meets, when they hit together, we call that boy, that's when the ocean hanao, that's when the ocean gives birth. All fishes depends on that. The anchovies, they all need that water from the mountain. It was only the ocean itself, too salty, shimaki. And that is what is happening now. Too much development that they're taking away our natural resources. We don't want the water running into the ocean. The limu tell you get one good ocean. You know the limu ele? That limu needs a constant flow of fresh water. So whatever happens to the land affects the ocean. So if you don't pick them or cut it, you're losing the whole plant. You know when you pull that limu by hand, you're pulling out the whole roots. And the roots is attached to the rock. They call them steadfast, yeah? Attached to the cement like this. And she can go about 1 foot high and she branch out. But when you pull that out without cutting them, you pull the whole thing out, you lose the whole tree.
Scarcity of limu today is due to the lack of fresh water. They're underground caves that collect the water from the mountain in the water cycle, and it brings nutrients like nitrates to the ocean where regeneration begins for the seaweed. That's where all the magic takes place. The decline of limu and decline of fishes in our ahupua here in Wai'anae is due to the lack of fresh water. So our natural cycles, the fishes reproducing in our stream, aholehole, kumu, are not taking place because of the diversion of all of our natural freshwater resources here. Generally, limu was open in most areas, but kapu was known where a certain ali'i chief or mo'i lived and had a particular preference not only for that limu, but for mimi crab as well as certain type of fish. The cultural significance of our Hawaiian limu is the pinnacle of what makes our culture exist. Our culture is based not on lo'i, because lo'i takes too long to grow, to eat, and to sustain the calories you need. There are 4 types of limu that are most popular: the manawea, the palahalaha, the lipoa, the limu kohu. Take away the fresh water that regenerates the limu, that brings in the opai, that feeds the fish, you collapse the entire protein food source. We use limu to heal the sick for open wounds. We use limu for lung conditions. We use limu to beef up the outer cell walls, and one of them is called hulu iliu, that scientists today in the 19th symposium in Japan have discovered that our hulu iliu, as we have always told, helps people suffering from AIDS and cancer.
When I was a little girl, it was very simple. It was easygoing. It was ohana. Everybody was ohana. Oh, in the old days, oh yeah, the whole family used to come out, but if only had us, and my mom and Mrs. Resents would want to go pick limo, only would be us walking down the street. But when family was here, naturally we all walk on the papa and we pick up limo because they were the ones that showed us where the limo was. So we would go along the edges of the reef, and there was pukas. And inside a puka, get limo. There were a lot of different types of limo when I was growing up. It's really different, very, very different. The papa is different, the water is different. Why? Is because we have the canal, and the canal ends at the reef in Nanakuli's reef. And when it rains, it brings all the rubbish that people throw in the canal, and it flows on the reef. And you'd be surprised what you find on the reef. You find a lot of plastic bags. You find baby diapers. You find beer bottles, soda cans. You find aluminum. You find, believe it or not, there are some big objects too, like they have TV coming down on top here, and they have it in parts. They have a lot of mechanical things that, things from the car that floats on this papa, comes out from this canal, and it keeps it, make them pilau, make them dirty. It just makes our papa really dirty and not safe to eat the limon from this area. It really saddens me, as well as my sister. It saddens our heart when we see that. And whenever we have a chance, when we're down here or just coming down to check out the place, we always try to clean the papa, my sister and I. Or the beach here. We try to pick up as much as we can and dump it, so that maybe somebody can take notice, and they can do the same thing when they come down and try to keep our area clean for our children and our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. Because this is a big resource. It's like a restaurant. Just coming down here to choose what kind of limo would you like to have today. You know? Even the fishes, all different. When you eat the fish, different. So I hardly eat fish from here anymore, and I don't pick up limo anymore from this area because of all the things that's coming out from the canal and onto the reef. Well, the limo is, we have the good limo here, but what's coming out from the canal makes the limo dirty. We still have some good limo on top here, so you have to be very careful when you pick it up and clean it really well before you even eat it. But there are a lot of invasive limo, different types of limo that is rubbish to us, that is growing on top of this papa now that I never saw before. And it's here, it's right here on this papa. So I think that we should try to keep our canals clean. You know, don't throw the rubbish in the canal. It's just for the water. and throw your rubbish in the rubbish can. Do it well. Keep the aina good because the man above watching us. Because this He's, and He gave it to us so we can play, eat from the resources that He gave us to use. Today, the children's heart, they are taken away by things. But get some of them that are very smart in this area, I believe, and I've seen them come to check out, how the limu is growing and what kind limu gets. So there are some that are doing a very good job about that area. Young people I'm talking about, that is involved in these things with other older people. They are learning about how to take care, and that is good. That is so good. I take my hat off to all of them that are trying that very much.